Welcome back. As you can see, I have not put out any videos for, a little bit here. Kind of at a, a hold on my positive videos, but I had an unexpected surprise. My daughter, my son-in-law, and my youngest son, and my grandbabies, uh, they surprised me with an unexpected visit. And I said before they live out of state, right? So I got a call from my daughter, and she asked me what I was doing for the next couple of days. And she's like, we're going to be coming up. So, yeah, so it was um, a month, a month anniversary, if you want to call it an anniversary, but a month to the day uh, from what their father did in front of them. So she just wanted to get away. Now, my oldest son, he couldn't get the time off of work, so he wasn't able to make the trip and come as well. But I wish he could, and then I would have had all my kids. But anyways, it was unplanned, and it was I was excited to see all my grandkids, all of them but my youngest. I do have one little baby that uh, he wasn't here, but all the rest of my grandkids were, and they have not seen grandma's new place because I did say I downsized, right? So they have not seen grandma's house. So, anyways, it was very crazy around here, as you can imagine. A lot of little kids. Well, I guess they're not all so little anymore. Um, but it was very unexpected, and I was grateful for the time that I got to spend with them again. And so everything got put on the back burner because my family always will come first. And, you know, um, they're still having a hard time and, trying to cope with what their father did. And now the grandkids are really having a hard time. Um, I noticed that when they were here, especially um, my 8-year-old granddaughter and my 10-year-old grandson. Uh, they seem to, as of right now, it's really sinking in, and they're really having a hard time with this because with everything that my ex was, he was a good grandfather to the grandkids, and he spent time with them, and he would help them with like homework and play games and stuff like that. And they're really missing him, and my daughter did not lie to them on what happened. And so it's really hitting them hard as well. So not only are my children dealing with what they witnessed, not only, like I said before, not only with what losing their father, even though they had a lot of issues with him from what he did in the past, what he did to them as with them being an adult. I said that their relationship was back and forth. They just wanted a father, and he would play mind games with them. And they would have months of not speaking to him, and then they would always make amends with them because, they still wanted their dad. And um, but he always was a good granddad. He was always a good grandfather to the grandkids. Um, so the grandkids are really suffering now too. And what I was saying is, you know, um, it's hard enough when you lose your father, even if you have uh, beefs with them, okay? But then to lose them to suicide uh, is a double whammy. and then to have them do it in front of you is a triple whammy, right? And so, they're dealing with all those, and they're all in therapy. All of my kids are in therapy, and now it looks like, the grandkids are going to have to also maybe go to therapy as well, because it is trickling down and it's affecting them. But with that aside, I was very excited to get this surprise visit, and I'm looking forward to more visits from them or me going to see them. So, yeah, so, like I said, it was a little bit crazy. We did an early Easter dinner. So, and it has still been raining cats and dogs. My yard is flooded. And so we did an indoor Easter egg hunt in the house, and we just tried to pack it all in a short amount of time, because they had to get back to work, and not only that, but they do have farm animals. Like I said, my kids, they bought acreage, and they wanted to do a homestead, and they have farm animals. That's the life they chose, that they wanted to do. So they had to get back to take care of them as well. So with that said, everything got put on hold, and I from the last video that I did, I only looked at, when I want to talk about the drama that's going on out there, I looked at, I think, the one video, and I talked about that, and I wasn't hearing any more or looking or listening to any of the drama going on, because I needed a break and wanted to focus more on the positive videos that I wanted to do. Because if we want to go listen to the drama, we can just go to the channels, right, and listen to it. So I wanted to do some more positive things. And I'm going to pick up where I left off and try to move that along. And then get back into, like I said, I am still going to talk about behaviors, because that's part of my channel. But I still want to focus on more positive things as well, because I think we need it. And we need it more, it seems like more now than ever, because it's horrible. It is horrible out there. And, today was just kind of one of those, I'm exhausted. I'm not going to lie. I am no spring chicken, and when you have a lot of rowdy children that can't go outside, my grandkids, they like their video games, not gonna lie. They have all the systems, but when you have a lot of acreage, they're used to going outside and playing, even, in wet weather, whatever. They go outside. They do a lot of outside stuff. Like I said, they have farm animals, and they do have their electronics, okay. But my daughter and my sons and my son-in-law, they spend a lot of time on their land, and so did the children. So it's not all indoors and playing video games all the time. That's how they parent, okay? They try to get the kids outside as much as possible, which is a great thing, Get some air, let them go. Well, they were cooped up. They were absolutely cooped up in my home, because it was cold, rainy, nasty the whole time they were here. So Grandma is tired. It was loud. And so I took today and just did, nothing. And I was listening. I have to say, I was listening. Doing some listening from, didn't listen to like everything that's going on, but, I did some cleanup today. And again, it's nasty out, it's cold, it's rainy. So just kind of doing some catch up, not everything, okay? Just here and there and everywhere. Um, I don't even know what to say. I don't. Um, how low can people go? I mean, when is enough going to be enough? I mean, I get it. Views, clicks, money. But I said before that this would be a really bad Lifetime movie. Like, the drama on YouTube, you know? Uh, it's sickening. Some of the stuff that is happening out there is just so gross. And you would not think that other human beings would want to hurt others the way that some of these people are out there hurting others. And it seems like they're getting excitement out of doing this. And that's the sickening part of this, is they're literally getting excitement out of it. And it seems like, I'm sorry bringing subs into it, but it seems like the subs are getting excitement out of it as well when you look at some of the chat. I mean, and no wonder people don't use their real names. They use usernames and stuff, because I said before, their family, co-workers, neighbors, friends, they would not want to know what these people were saying in real life. It is absolutely disgusting what is going on out there. I have never, and I said this before, I've never seen it this bad, ever. Not in groups, not out on YouTube. And I've been watching, different creators and in groups since the beginning of the Watts case, and this is the worst I've ever seen. And that is why I got interested in the behaviors, because this isn't normal. This is not normal. And I understand people doing this, having channels and stuff to make money, to support their families, but I'm sorry. I think I would rather get a job at McDonald's than to do the degrading that's going on. I mean, everybody's hiring. Everybody's hiring everywhere. Okay? Because I use that excuse a lot that, the channels are to support or supplement income, or to support families and stuff like that. And I get it. I totally get it. But at what cost? At what cost? Especially when everybody's hiring. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Everybody is hiring. And a lot of these places that are hiring, they can't get help. They absolutely are begging for people to work. And I get, that some people want to make money, on YouTube and stuff. I totally get that. But again, I say, at what cost? Putting your family in jeopardy, degrading people, making fun of people, digging into people's past, putting family members out there, putting your family's lives in jeopardy. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And to go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and to grade people. And we're not just talking at one channel, okay, or one creator. I'm talking about a ton of different ones, okay? It's absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. And people don't have boundaries anymore. They don't. There is no boundaries out there on YouTube. And it doesn't look like YouTube is doing anything. They're not doing anything to creators that are doing any of this bullshit, okay? They're not. You know, you can violate terms of service or whatever, and they're not doing shit about it. They don't care. They don't care. You know, and we see people hate bonding. We see people, and I'm going to tell you, you know, when people decide to get together and it's kumbaya, they join forces or whatever, it ain't gonna last. We have seen that for how long? I have seen it since the beginning of the Watts case. You see people gathering together because they don't like one person or they don't like another person, so they join forces with their quote enemies. It'll last for a little bit, right? Then there'll be a falling out, right? It always happens. Always. There'll be a falling out. Then they'll try to go join, quote, that person's enemy. Then there'll be a falling out over here. And they'll just, you know, goes around the board like a Monopoly board, right? They'll join this people, or they'll try to get back with the people that they were with before, and then they'll have a falling out. It's nuts. It's nuts. You don't see too many people just stand on their own, okay? They have to have all these other people stand with them or join up with them and have the same beliefs and hate on the same people. And they have to go and attack. And I said it before, you know, you should stand against, have morals, stand against this going below the belt. You know, take jabs at each other all you want, but when it comes to going real life, it's not okay. It's not okay. You know, I get some of y'all don't have any empathy or sympathy or whatever. That's fine if you don't. You know, you can't instill that into people. Some people just don't have it. You don't. All right? But the Scorn Real Life stuff, it's absolutely insane. I'm just going to say just a few words on Mrs. P. I just heard a few clips of hers where she was talking about Save Robbie. I guess he donated some money to her. She didn't catch that it was him, and she made some really nasty comments. And I guess she's okay with him now because she figured out that it was him that donated to her. See, you know, she said her true feelings about him. Okay. But since she found out that he donated money, oh no, I take back what I said about you because I found out it was you that donated money to me. So I take back those hurtful words doesn't make it okay, Mrs. P. It doesn't. And what you said about Dorothy's child, yeah, I heard that too. That was very disgusting. Okay. I don't think Dorothy has talked about Mrs. P or Mrs. P's child at all. But to say what she did about Dorothy's child, and then Mrs. P is putting on this bully campaign. In the same sentence, she's doing this anti-bully thing, but then she talks about a small child as she's putting on this bully campaign. Okay. What you said about a child was disgusting. It's not the first time you said something about a child that was disgusting. You know, your apologies don't mean shit anymore, Mrs. P. You burnt that bridge and every other bridge as well, okay? So I'm just going to make it clear. You're never going to build a community. You're not. You're not going to build one. You don't engage with anybody. You attack people that don't even talk about you because they basically just don't want you in their community. And them not allowing you in your community means they're attacking you. Now, have some people made clip videos about you? Yes, they have. Have some people talked about you? Yes, they have. But that is after you have went on a rampage talking crap. It's just not going to happen. You can't get off of this rampage that you're on. YouTube, I don't know if the only way that this is going to stop with Mrs. P is if YouTube takes her down. Eventually, they might. Who knows? Best thing to do with Mrs. P is totally ignore. Totally ignore. But, you know, then again, when you do ignore her, she makes up things in her head that she's being attacked. She's not... some people will clap back after she attacks them and makes things up in her head that they have said about her, and then they come back and they say something after she's done this for a while, right? And I get it. She has issues. Totally get that. Totally understand that. But some of the things that come out of her mouth, she knows exactly what she's doing. So, you know, all these videos that are made on her, she's just going to keep making videos, delete them, make them. I don't think anybody really has to worry about Mrs. P because she is never going to, in my opinion, be monetized. Okay? And she is never going to have a community because, well, she's buying subs, so she's not going to have, even if she does get monetized, she's not going to have that community where she's going to get super chats and where she is going to get people to buy memberships monthly. So she is not going to have that community like the other channels have. So, you know, with Mrs. P, it is what it is. She is always, in my opinion, is going to attack people even if they don't say a word about her. So, but what you said about Dorothy's child was disgusting, okay? You're not against anti-bullying. You are a bully, plain and simple. So we're going to move on from you because you're not even worth my time anymore. I tried to make a few nice videos, and, you know, you don't even care about the nice comments that people do give you, if they're even real or if they're bought. people that are in your chat, you don't even give a crap what they say. You don't give anybody any content. So, I mean, it is what it is. You're just going to spew hate and then put on this anti-bullying thing while you're bullying. So, I don't know. Maybe she'll find another community to go attack, and maybe it'll take some time. I know it took a little while from when she, did the Portland Andy, that community or whatever. It took her a while to get over to this drama community. Who knows with her? But it is what it is with her, all right? But she's not ever going to have a community, okay? I think we all know that. I think maybe she says things so that other creators will clap back at her so she can run back to her channel and say some other things that they're attacking her. That's just my opinion. So moving on from that, okay? This other stuff, you know, seen a few things of, you know, putting out somebody's nudes or saying that they're going to, or putting out a video and getting everybody in an uproar over that, you know, letting it go on for a while, anticipation. Wow. Okay. Nobody want to see that. Okay. Nobody wants to see that. That's another thing, guys. You know, once you put stuff out, or you think that somebody is safe to send things to, they're not. Okay, once it's out there, you don't know whose hands it can get into. But then, you know, you have a creator saying, I got something I'm going to put out there, and they let a video go on for a while saying, I'm going to put it out there, and then, you know, you got other creators that are going live, and they're like very upset about it, rightfully so, okay? And I guess it didn't get put out there, but still, I mean, why would you threaten to do this? But then you have the same creator grabbing a picture off of a video of someone's adult child and putting it up. I mean, this is like, come on. Back and forth, back and forth. I mean, so you put this picture up on your community post of someone's adult child, but she was doing the video, so she already had it out there, so you thought it was okay to put it up. And then this person is going to put up a video of you that I guess they got from your ex. I don't know. And, you know, of course I'm skipping through the videos. I've already said I don't watch all the videos, but I already knew that it wasn't going to be done because it's going to get struck, right? The video is going to get struck. And not only that, but in my opinion, I think it is kind of illegal, right? There's really a fine line by putting somebody's porn, it's basically porn out there without their consent, all right? There is a fine line, and it's kind of a revenge, blackmail. I mean, you can say what you want and say it's not revenge, but it is, because you're mad that somebody put a still shot picture of a video that you put up, so you're revenging back because they did that. So it is revenge if you want to be technical about it. But it was never done, but you were still saying that you're going to do it, I mean, this is like children playing games, only in adult situations, okay? And so you got these people that are really upset that this stuff is going to be put out. And I also did hear about, Jessica Lynn, show your face or whatever if you don't want your pictures leaked. Now, I don't know those exact words, but to me, and people are saying, well, we weren't blackmailing her, but I mean, that is kind of blackmail, isn't it? Show your face. And there was people in the chat saying, well, show your face. I don't know. I don't know if you can consider that a blackmail or not. Show your face, and if you don't want it released, I mean, can you consider that blackmail? Show your face, and I mean, a few people were in chat were saying like that. I can't say it word for word, so I'm not even going to say it because then people will twist my words. But, I mean, is that not kind of blackmail? If you show your face and they won't get released? I don't know. I mean, it's just a bunch of nonsense. But then you have one of the worst things. I mean, one of the worst things that happened, and that's this minor's child, her journal that was put out there. And I already said before that her videos shouldn't have got put out there, and the reason why. So now we have this that was put out there. And here's the thing. All right, I got two things to say about this. What concerned me was some of the things that she was putting in this journal. That did concern me. Now, kids are going to say some crap about their parents, like in their diary, like, mom sucks. All right, I hate my mom, or I hate my dad, or they did this, they grounded me. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. I said before that about crying. I'm sure we have all made our children cry at some point by taking something away, grounding them, taking their car keys, whatever. I am sure we have all made our children cry. They don't come with manuals, and kids can be, well, we all know. Don't even have to explain that. When that was read, this child, some of the things that she was saying in there was concerning. It was concerning. But it seems like this child, though, she's very smart at that young age, and she has got some really heavy beliefs for a child so young, and that is awesome. Her beliefs, even political beliefs, she is, how should I say this? Not a lot of kids, that young have such a strong, when it comes to political and what her stances are on certain things. And no matter what, your political beliefs are, that is pretty awesome that she has already has her own beliefs. A lot of kids don't even think about that. They're too engrossed in their, getting video games or, stuff like that, but not this child. So some of the things that she did put in that journal is a little concerning. It was. But here's the thing. The people that released it and are talking about it, they're not concerned about her. Not one bit. Because if they were, they wouldn't be releasing it. Okay? They wouldn't have released it. They're not concerned about her. That's my opinion. They did it to get back at Natasha. Plain and simple. They did it to get back at her. Because of this, for whatever reason, this video that they thought was going to be put out or whatever, they did not do it because they were concerned about this child. I mean, this was done, what, 2 years ago? Now, as far as Natasha, she apparently showed this to who she thought was friends, and these were like mods that she had back in the day. And it looks like they took pictures of it. Now, this is a problem, okay? This is a problem because, and I guess Natasha has already said that she should have never, just like with the videos, she should have never done it. I heard that today. She should have never done it. She should have never showed these, and no, she shouldn't have. Who she thought was friends, and that's the thing with the internet. You should, this is what I gathered, okay? This is my opinion and my opinion only. I felt like Natasha was trying to figure out, and I understand exactly what she's talking about when she said that children in the foster care are supposed to, especially in a tragedy, are supposed to have a journal. I know exactly what she's talking about, and she's absolutely correct. They are supposed to, and it's not a diary, okay? It's a journal. She's absolutely correct, all right? They are supposed to write down their feelings in a journal. It's totally different than them having a diary. If people want to disagree with that, she's right. Sorry, she is. And some people might not like what I'm going to say here, but I'm going to say it. When you have, okay, how can I put this? When you have a, because I've already said I come from a mixed family, okay? So I have no idea if I had to raise one of my family members that are biracial, okay? I don't know enough about their culture. I would want to make sure that they have everything that they need to embrace their other culture, okay? Not just their white culture, okay? If that makes any sense. And yes, I absolutely know about these videos and what was said, okay? And I know what this girl wrote in this journal, which I already said some of the stuff was concerning. And I feel like Natasha would not have shown this to anybody if she wasn't asking for some guidance. Like I'm doing something wrong, or what am I doing wrong? Why is she feeling this way? Or maybe I am doing something wrong in my household to make her feel this way. Because maybe Natasha was doing something wrong in her household. I don't know. None of us know. We weren't there. Okay? But she showed it to someone, she showed it to these people for a reason, to maybe get some insight, to maybe ask for some help. If it were me, I would show it to my real life friends, not on the internet. That was a big mistake because what these people did is they took a picture of it to keep for a reason. That's what people do, right? In case they have a falling out, because it happens all the time. I don't think there's really any, quote, loyal people, loyal friends that you think are going to be your friends for life on social media, because there's so many falling outs. It's not even funny. And then you show the personal information, personal text, spill the tea, so to say, or so to speak, or whatever. They did it for a reason, or they would have never kept it for this long. But I feel like that she was trying to find some guidance of why this girl was this girl was feeling this way. And yes, maybe it should have been addressed to the case manager. Maybe it was. We don't know. We don't know. We weren't there. I've already said before that some of the stuff that was said in there was a little concerning, okay? But some of it was, about politics too. Maybe Natasha was, I don't know who she votes for. I don't care. So if you have her having political views, and you have this girl that has her own political views, and they're clashing, maybe Natasha's like, that was a big deal in the household too. So she's asking for advice, that this girl has these political views, and she's very young to have these political views, but she, like I said, she sounds like a very smart girl. And she's reaching out to who she thought were friends, how do I do this? Natasha's household is a white household, and she's bringing in a biracial child into the household. That had to have been a big change for both, right? For both her niece and herself. I know it would be for me. I mean, we say we don't see color, and we don't. We shouldn't. But when it comes to making sure that we embrace their heritage, all right, and make sure that they embrace their heritage and we embrace it, and you know what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's very important. And if we don't know, and I'm not just talking about the African American heritage, I'm talking about, parents that, adopt children from overseas, how they want the children to embrace that heritage as well. I don't know how they go about doing that, but I think it's important. It's important for these children as they grow up. And some of them, I know, will even, like when they adopt children over from China or Japan or whatever, they have them learn the language as well as a second language or whatever. I don't know if this is making any sense, okay? But what I am saying is, it should have never been shown to anybody but maybe a friend outside of YouTube, and she've already stated that it shouldn't have. And I feel like she was trying to get some insight, and it was a journal, okay? And she's also right that these journals are supposed to be seen by the foster parents or whatever. Journals are. Diaries are a different story. And I'm sorry. When you're a parent, You're allowed to look at your children's diaries. Is it invading their privacy? Um, what if your child might have issues like maybe drugs, self-harming, and stuff like that? Wouldn't you want to know about it? I mean, that's a fine line. I don't know. I did not have to worry about that with my children. They were very open with me. Times have changed, guys. It really has. And I gave my children their privacy. Um, their bedrooms were their domain, okay? Or should I say their domain, their space, all right? Um, it was their space. But they also knew that if mom wanted to do a room check, I had every right to do it because mom was paying for everything. All right. Um, but I had good kids. And there is a fine line because, yes, our kids deserve privacy, but you also need to know what's going on in your kids' lives. And, you need to know if there's an issue, and how are you going to find out if there's something going on? Um, I know some parents have found out that their kids were on drugs by reading it in a diary. Um, some parents have found out that their uh, daughters were cutting themselves by reading it in a diary. I found out that some parents have found out, and this is just friends of mine have found out that their daughters had an eating disorder by reading it in a diary. So that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Um, I don't know. My daughter never had a diary. So, like I said, my kids are just, they tell me everything. Sometimes TMI, you know. But, some of my girlfriends, as we were growing up, they did read their kids' diary. And they would tell me, some of the things that they found out. And they were able to, yes, they invaded their children's privacy, but they were able to get them help. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not one to sit there and tell others how to parent their children or what is right or what is wrong. I know what worked for me, and my kids were just very open with me. We had a very open relationship that way, but I also did not have to deal with a problem child that suffered a trauma. I mean, yes, my kids did to a point because of, with their father and myself, because like I said before, I was a domestic violence survivor, but I got out of the situation, um, and I got my kids counseling, and we just always had a very open relationship. So I don't know. I don't know what is right or wrong when it comes to invading privacy. But moving on from that, okay? Moving on from that, because I know I'm rambling a lot. Um, Putting this out there, okay, in my opinion, was below the belt, because the people that put it out there, like I said, did not have this minor's best interest at heart. Because if they did at that time, 2 years ago, um, they would have been calling the proper people, going through the proper channels, right? They wouldn't have held on to this information for 2 years and give it to somebody. They wouldn't. they would have taken steps. If they were worried about this child and what she was saying, they would have called the proper people and said, hey, we're concerned about this child and this child's welfare because of what she is saying. All right? Because that's what I'm seeing now. Because I said there was a few things in there that I was concerned about of what she was saying. But this was 2 years ago. Um, does it make it right of what she was saying? Like I said before, we don't know. It was a big change. And that's what I'm trying to explain. It was a big change when you have a child coming into a home, and people can change. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. People can change. All right? Now, putting this out there, and then I see comments saying, where's all the outrage on what was said? We're looking out for this child. I've seen those comments. I don't see people looking out for this child, okay? And that's why you put it out there. I don't see that because I see that it was put out there just to hurt the creator. That's what I see. I'm sorry. I'm saying it how I see it. You're doing it to get back at a person for doing something else that I think was dirty. And that was going on a live for an hour or so saying they were going to put out a dirty video or dirty pics. And doing this to a minor child, in my opinion, is not right, because kids are going to get on YouTube. Teenagers, you're talking teenagers, you're not even talking about little kids. They're going to get on YouTube. And people will say, well, that's not my fault if they do. Well, true, it's not, but it is your fault when you're putting out the information. When you're putting this stuff out, you have to think about, I wish people would think more about the children when they do this kind of stuff. They don't. They don't. They just think about who they can one up on. That's it. It's pretty disgusting. Like I said, when are we going to draw the line? When are we going to draw the line? When are we going to stop putting out people's fathers, information on their fathers, okay? When are we going to stop putting information and putting stuff up on children? When are we going to stop it with the talk about minor children? When are we going to stop? It's just disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. And my daughter wanted to know, because she knows I got a channel. She doesn't know the channel's name. And I was listening to, I thought, everybody was kind of down for the night. Grandbabies were down. And I was doing some cleanup, and I listened to most of it today, but I was listening to just a little bit because I was doing cleanup. I thought everybody was down, and my daughter came in, and I was in the kitchen, and I was listening to a little bit. I was going back and forth, just a little, and she actually said, "What the hell?" And she goes, "What are you listening to?" And I was just going, I was flipping back and forth to different channels. Because, like I said before, I was just catching up a little bit. I did most of the listening today, but thought everybody was asleep, and she was floored. I didn't let her know whose channel or anything like that. And I told her, I said, I'm just listening, you know. She is like, who are these people? What are you listening to? My daughter's in her 30s, okay? And she doesn't have a filter like I do, okay? And I told her, I said, like I said, I told her, you know, I have a channel. I won't let her know the name yet. I'm not ready for that. But I did tell her, you know, what I do on my channel is I do some cooking and some crafts and DIY. She already knows, you know, I do crafts and stuff because I did them with my grandkids. I did them with her, stuff like that. And when I was in the Watts group and I was really interested in the groups and I was interested in that case, she knew I would FaceTime her and talk to her a little bit about the Watts case. She knew what happened with that case, but she didn't know anything else. She didn't join any groups. She's not interested in any of that stuff. But I told her that I was interested in the behaviors that happen on social media, and that's why I listen to different creators and what goes on, you know, on social media. She goes, really? This is, you listen to this crap? That's exactly what she said. You listen to this crap. I said, yeah, but I told her I don't listen to it all the way through because she knows I'm busy. She knows. She knows that I don't have a lot of time, you know, to listen all the way through. And she is like, how can you listen to this shit? Those were her exact words. How do you listen to this shit? And she only listened to a little bit of, I was going and listening, you know, trying to catch up on not catching up, but just listening, you know, back listening to different people. And like I said, I did not let her know who anybody was or anything like that. Not like she would ever go back and find any creator and listen to them, because it's not her thing. But she was absolutely floored how people were talking and the way that they were acting. And she is like, these people are older than me, right? They sound like they're older than me. And she was absolutely floored the way that people were talking. And I did explain to her that, you know, this is their quote business. They make money off these channels and stuff like that. And it's a drama community and stuff. And she's like, well, you know, everybody likes a little drama. She goes, but this is bullshit the way they act. She goes, they act like, she goes, worse than my kids. And she goes, you know, my kids are pretty good. She goes, but she goes, you know, back in high school and even in middle school, she goes, we had a, you know, a lot of drama and stuff going on, you know, in the cliques. She goes, but nothing what I'm hearing. And she goes, I don't know how you listen to that shit. She goes, that's shit. So, you know, I didn't let her listen to a whole lot. But she had enough with just a little bit she listened to, and she's like, I think she used the word cringe. I don't know. Is that the word to use now? She goes, that's cringe. And she was done. She's like, I'm going to bed. So, anyways, yeah, so I don't think she will ever really want to listen to me talk about behaviors. because, yeah, just a little bit that she heard. Uh, and like I said, I was going back and forth to different things, and she just thought it was nuts. And I didn't even, she wasn't here to listen to any of that. So I didn't explain what was, what was going on or anything like that. Just that, I talk about behaviors on social media, and this kind of came from, oh, she did say this too. I said this kind of came from the Christopher Watts era. Sorry, not area, era. I said, you remember when I was in the groups? And she's like, well, she goes, that piece of shit just keeps on giving, doesn't he? Yeah, those were her words. So, anyways, that was about it. She had enough, went to bed. She didn't want to hear any more of it. So, I mean, she doesn't get the concept of, YouTube, making, people make and I did tell her, people make a living off their channels or whatever, and they do this to feed their families. This is what they do. Um, and she kind of that's when she told me, and that's why I mentioned it. She said everybody's hiring. Um, that's why I kind of said that, and it's like, yeah, I get that, but you know, she's lucky enough to have a very good husband. So not everybody is as lucky as that, right? I wasn't lucky like she is. So, but anyways, I know I rambled a lot. I'm just saying it's. I've said it before. I don't know what it's going to take. It is getting worse. I mean, now when you bring in a minor's journal and, you know, people brought in someone's father, and I see some people that are standing up against that, that might be on the opposite side, and I see people that are saying, well, just how do I put this? I see some people that are standing up against that and saying that it should have never been done. But people are saying, "Oh, shut up." You they're standing up against it, but some people are possibly maybe getting blamed, and I don't think blamed by the creator. The creator put out names that are the possible people doing it, but the people in chat are saying, well, we think it's this person. A lot of people get blamed when something happens. I mean, and that's the thing too. It seems like so much is happening, and everybody's like, no, it's false. This can't happen. That can't happen. A health crisis isn't true. A break-in isn't true. Swatting isn't true. You guys don't know what's true and what's not true, okay? And everybody wants proof. Everybody wants proof. Or they think only the person that they're loyal to, it's only the person they're loyal to is telling the truth and everybody else is lying. If something bad happens in their life, if a crisis happens, okay, whether it be medical or just anything, the only person that's telling the truth is the person that they're loyal to. And that's a bunch of BS, okay? It's a BS. Because it's not the only person that they're loyal to that has crisis in their lives. Just saying, okay? We all have things that happen that in real life that is bad. Not just one person. But it seems like if you're loyal to that person, they're the only ones that can have crisis. So just something to think about. And then everybody wants proof And so I guess that's how it's got to be, right? If you have a crisis, then I guess show the proof. Some people might have to show the proof 2-3 times a week. Other people might have to show proof maybe once every couple months. But if that's the way to shut people up, I guess people are going to have to show the proof to shut people up, because that's all they want is proof. So, I mean, if that's what's going to shut people up in the drama community is proof, when a crisis happens, then so be it, I guess. Then maybe the proof should be shown to shut people up. I mean, I don't even get where it's anybody's business, but then I guess if you put it out there, then I guess it's everybody's business, right? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Yeah, I did catch up on some of the drama. I don't know what's all going on out there, and I'm not even going to go back. But I am against, like I said, I'm against this minors journal being put out there. I'm just saying that. I'm against that. I'm against any nude pictures being put out there. I'm against any gross videos being put out there. I'm still against any children being talked about. I am like, this real life stuff has to stop. When is it going to stop? When is it going to be enough? I mean, what is it going to take? When are people going to grow up? Seriously. I mean, people think their channels are safe. They really do. They think their channels are safe and that they won't come down. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe YouTube won't do anything. Maybe they will. I mean, is it really worth it? Especially after you've built your channel. Is it worth it to take that chance? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to try to start fresh at the beginning of the week. We're going to try again to start those positive videos. And, you know, guys, come on, at least grow up. Leave the children out of it. Leave family members out of this. Because y'all don't care about the children. You don't. You don't give a shit about them. You don't give a shit about family members. You don't. And for God's sake, don't trust that the person that you think is such a good friend on YouTube is going to stick beside you forever, because there's such a turnaround. If you need to talk to somebody about something so private and personal, choose a friend, a real live friend, all right, or a family member, not someone on YouTube. And that's sad to say, because there's some good people out there. There really is. But you just don't know who you can trust. Okay, and with that, I'm going to go, and we'll catch you again.